like it's kind of been a hot second since I filmed one of these like sit down, talk to the camera kind of intros. The past few videos, I don't think I've done that. It's kind of an unusual day for me in college. I don't have work today. In the past I've been working on Tuesdays, but I don't work this Tuesday. And so since I don't work, all I have is like one class and it's from 5 to 6:15. But the rest of the day I have like the time to do whatever. So I slept in and that was really nice because I never get to sleep in except for like Sundays and sometimes Saturdays. I don't really know what to do. I don't know if I should take you to Orchard or if I should take you around campus or... And I did my makeup for once and I think I like overdid my eyebrows. Oh no, I'm horrible at eyebrows. Everybody can seem to do them really well and mine are just like... I finally put up lights and it looks all cozy. I think I've decided to go to Orchard, so before I go, I'm going on to my like school Blackboard account and like downloading all these PowerPoints that I need to use to fill out the study guide for class, because for some reason my laptop like won't connect to their Wi-Fi and like they tried to help me figure out like how to fix it. Maybe I just need to go to like Tech Commons at school and get them to help me figure out like why my IP address is like jacked up when it comes to them. That may not even be the reason. I'm technologically challenged, so I don't know. So right now I'm just downloading all these different like lecture slides so I don't have to use the internet. My backpack is so heavy. Not about it. Okay, so I kind of want to talk about something for a second. Even though this lighting is horrible, with me being a college student who's taking 18 hours and also having 2 jobs, on top of like having to study for classes and homework and whatever else happens during my week, I kind of wanted to talk about something that I feel super important when it involves that kind of stuff. And so I think it's really important as somebody who's busy all the time to set aside like a portion of their week to do something that's not heavily focused on like homework or school or work or anything that makes you stressed or gives you anxiety. I personally like to make that time for me by either going to like the parkway, going outside, sitting at the fountain at school, or like one of my favorites is to go to Orchard Coffee like you just saw. I don't know, there's something about getting away from your normal routine that's refreshing. And so for this place not necessarily being like super close to school, it gets me away from the stresses of school and everything that I relate back to Cullowhee. I love school. I love college, I love my friends, I love everything, but I think it's important to step away from that for just a fraction of your time during the week to do something you love and to do something that you're passionate about, or to just do something that sets your mind at ease. So yeah, that's a little tidbit from me to you. I just ordered a iced coffee. Cabell called it like a flash chill or like a flash brew, but it's not like a flash chilled pour over, or it's not like chilled coffee. But he said that he, I don't know, like takes the time to like make the ratios correct, and like the fineness of the ground is like more fine than the regular brewed coffee, and it's so freaking good. I like this better than cold brew. I like this better than flash chilled pour overs. It's just tasty. My Bluetooth earbuds died, so here I am trying to find a new pair. It makes me mad though because all of the earbuds that I had were Beats, and I only had them for like a year, and they died. And then I called customer support, and they said I'd have to pay $80 to fix them. I'm finally back from doing all the things not at WCU. So I got the wonderful, the even better. I feel like such a loser because I always talk about like specialty coffee and everything, but like during school, the need of convenience is so real, and sometimes, most of the time, I don't have time to make a pour-over in my room, just because that's like a long process, and I don't have too many excuses, but I'm not gonna justify myself. So yeah, so I have that, and then I got these because my Beats one's broke, which is so freaking annoying. I don't even know where they are. They're hidden somewhere. Let's see. These are my Beats. They're little white ones, and they're so nice and whatnot, but then like whenever I turn them on, they flash like every color setting that's on there. And I've called like Apple support and everything, and they're like, okay, give me your address and card information, and it'll only cost you $86 to replace them. No, thanks, because I bought them a year ago, and these shouldn't die within a year. So that's annoying, but that's the life with working with Apple products, and it sucks. But hopefully these are good. It was in between Sony or Skullcandy, and I was like, definitely Sony. So I guess what I need to do now is open these and make sure they work. You know what's great is I didn't buy the protection plan on this thing, so I think it was only like $2. I should have bought it, just because if these break, it's $30 down the drain. I don't even have to spend, but these are a necessity in college because they drown out everything. And music is my life, so yeah. I feel like I'm like filming an unboxing or something, and that's definitely not the case. Okay, there's the charger. All the instructions, the little silicone earpieces. These are literally just like my Beats, except they're not Beats. But I really think the only hype over that stuff is just the name brand on it, and it freaking makes the placebo effect happen for people because it's Beats and it's the nicest earbud company out there. So I mean, we'll figure out with these if it sounds any good. My biggest pet peeve though with earbuds is that I don't want to blast the music in my ears and then everybody else hear it outside. So like that's why I don't like wearing my Beats Studios, because like it sounds great, but if I want to hear it loud, I mean everybody can hear it around me, and I just think that's not courteous. These are chunky though. These dudes are chunky. I got them to work, so that's a good thing, even though this is my desk right now. I literally just didn't scroll down far enough to see the like what's it called, like WIC2 blah 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 blah, but I found it and I got it connected and I like them, I think. Yeah, and I tested it so that I really can't hear it when they're outside of my ears, so that's good. I'm finally back to my dorm, and I had class. I had class from 5 to 6:15. And then I got out of that, and then since I'm in psychology this semester, general psychology, I have to like volunteer to go to these research studies called SONA that my school does through the psychology department. And so like we have to have like 4 credits. So I signed up. I just signed up for all the ones I was eligible for and could take, just so I could like knock all of them out of the way, so I don't have to worry about them, because if you wait till the last minute, they'll all get filled up and then you won't pass the class because you haven't done your 4 hours. So I just got out of one, and it was like on your stress and anxiety and how your parents' stress and anxiety can affect you. So at first they gave us like a series of questions. One was like about your mood at this current moment, and it was just asking questions to see if you were anxious or not. And so a lot of mine were like, I wasn't necessarily anxious, just because we were doing like a computer survey thing. And then so after that one, it said, what is our like general mood? So like not in the current moment, but like generally what's our mood? And so it was still kind of the same. And then so after that, they said that if you scored under an 85, you would stay for like the next section of the study and get like an extra credit if you did. And then if you got over it, you had to leave, and you'd only get like the half credit for the SONA study originally. So I scored under an 85, as did a decent majority of like the classroom, but a good bit of people did leave, which I was like, that's kind of awkward because we could all see like the questions everybody got. So I think that may have said that those people were more anxious, and that's why they couldn't continue or something. I don't know. Anyways, so after that, whenever all those people left, the researcher closed the door, and she was like, okay, so the next section, you're going to think about an embarrassing moment that you've had, and you're going to give a speech to the class. In my mind, I'm like, oh crap, I like hate public speaking. Like I can speak onto this or like to my friends, but public speaking makes me so nervous. And so I had a feeling as soon as they like asked that question, they were gonna make you take another survey like before you did it or after you did your speech. And so I'm like, oh shoot, I'm about to have to speak in front of the class about an embarrassing moment, and I don't know what the heck I'm gonna talk about. So then the survey popped up, and then I was like, you could definitely tell I was more nervous because I was answering like my questions differently, and it was the same series of questions that she had asked beforehand on the screen. And so we ended up not having to do the speech, which was good because our homegirl was gonna be nervous up there. But I think that was a good study because it showed like the difference between like answering questions when you're not nervous versus like giving a prompt saying that you're gonna have a speech that you're gonna have to do within the next 3 minutes, and then like the level of like how nervous you'll be. But I don't think it had anything to do with like anxiety of your parents. I think that was a mask for them trying to figure out like the anxiety of people before and then after like them being told that they're gonna give a speech. I don't know, it was interesting, but I got nervous, and I think it was crazy how like they were able to like, they didn't like manipulate us. It was more like, I don't know, it was cool. Now I'm gonna go get dinner with Sydney. Oh no, I got a disease. Oh no, I got a disease. Oh no, I got a disease. I just got off the phone with my mom. Well, FaceTime with her, and Bailey just got back, but she's in the shower, so I'm probably gonna edit these videos. We'll edit this vlog, and then get in bed and probably watch Netflix for a little bit, and then go to bed. I've been going to bed early the past few nights, and it's been really nice just because it's so hard to get a good night's sleep in college, but I've been like making it a goal of mine to like get in bed early, and it's nice. It's very nice. Yeah, but I'll show you the rest of the night if there's any more to it.